Pintar. Pintar. Pintar is a hobby, and it is another verb, common Spanish verb, and it means to paint or painting. So this refers to, like if you like painting something, like if you use any technique, for example, it could be oil. If you use, I don't know exactly the term the term for that, but like oil paint or watercolor, it doesn't matter. Painting is painting, right? So pintar, that's the same in Spanish, pintar. Obviously you can be more specific and say the term that you're trying to like the, I don't know, when painting, and you say, I think I don't know the techniques. We should talk about that in the future, but there's like different techniques and they have their specific names. But pintar in general means to paint or painting. That's what I wanted to say. Okay. Pinto todos los días después de trabajar. Pinto todos los días después de trabajar. This means I paint every day after work. It's not after to work, it's after work. After work. So this is a very simple example. We're just saying that, or this person is saying that they like painting every day after work. Obviously, when talking about hobbies, you can use the hobby as a verb. Yo pinto, tú pintas, él pinta, nosotros pintamos, okay? So you don't necessarily need to say all the time, I like painting. Me gusta pintar. You can if you want, but you can just use the verb, conjugate the verb and say, I paint. Yo pinto. Now, remember, we do not use personal pronouns all the time. That's why we don't have yo here. Yo pinto todos los días después de trabajar. You can say it, of course, it's correct. But a lot of Spanish speakers don't say yo, tú, él, all the time. We just use the conjugated verb at the beginning, and we just say whatever we want to say. Pinto todos los días después de trabajar. Pinto means I paint. You can also say yo pinto. Todos means every. Well, it's tricky because when talking about days, todos los días, this phrase right here, another great phrase to learn. Todos los días means every day, but the literal translation is all days, all the days. But in Spanish, we say, todos los días. In English, every day. Every day, there's another Spanish phrase that you can use. You can say cada día. Cada día. Just let me put it here. Cada día. And let me just erase this so you can see. Cada día is a literal translation of every day. It's also commonly used in Spanish. So you can say cada día, pinto cada día después de trabajar. That's correct. Or you can say pinto todos los días. Oops. Which is pretty much the same thing. It's just a different way to say the same thing. Okay. Pinto todos los días. Todos means all. Los días means the days. But remember, in English, it's similar to saying every day. Todos los días. Después. Después means after. Okay. And another thing, important thing to notice here is that después de is a very common phrase to use when you want to add more to the sentence. For example, después means after, okay? But if you want to say more after después, then you need the word de. Después de, dot, dot, dot. Después de, after, trabajar. Trabajar is a verb and it means to work, right? But in English, it's similar to saying after work. Después de trabajar, similar to saying after work, okay? The literal translation is after to work or after working, okay? Something like that. But yeah, después de trabajar, that's another great phrase to learn, because you can say so many things to people. If you want to say after work, I do this, this, and that, you can say después de trabajar, yo hago dot, 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 right? So another great phrase that you can learn. Okay. Pinto todos los días después de trabajar. I paint every day after work. Who has the energy though? Good for, I mean, if that's the case for some people, if some people do something they like after work, that's awesome. But usually, for me at least, in my case, I have no energy after work. But anyways, I should just drink some coffee and do something fun for sure.